Dr. W Talks, an introduction to world religions. A religion is a faith-based belief system. It is hugely influential on cultural practice. Religions can be found in communities and cultures throughout the world. They may include beliefs about deities, the afterlife, creation, and our place in the world. They often incorporate certain moral values or codes of conduct. Religions often form a central part of people's identities. They give people a sense of community with others who share their faith, a meaning or purpose through cultural practices such as prayer, worship of a god, and festivals, hope for the future in beliefs about life beyond this one, and a sense of moral compass in their teachings about right and wrong. Many religious believers say that their religion helps them to be a better person. There are thousands of religions, and their followers account for 83% of the world's population. However, a truly world religion is one that transcends geographical boundaries and speaks to people across different cultures. The world religions that account for the greatest numbers of believers today can be split into two broad categories: Abrahamic and Karmic religions. Abrahamic religions are monotheistic in nature. They trace their origins to the great patriarch Abraham, who lived around 4,000 years ago in the ancient Mesopotamian city of Ur. Abraham lived in a polytheistic culture. According to tradition, he was called by the one true God. This God told Abraham to leave his old culture behind, take his family, and found a new society based on the worship of one God. In return, God promised Abraham descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky or the sand on the seashore. Abraham is respected as the founder of a new religious order. His direct descendants became the Israelites, Jewish people. Jerusalem, burial place of Abraham, became their focal point. They gained a greater sense of identity a few hundred years later, when Moses led them out of slavery in Egypt. Around 2,000 years ago, Christianity emerged out of Judaism through the teachings and actions of Jesus. The Christian Bible combines ancient Jewish sacred writings of the Torah and Tanakh with texts about the life and work of Jesus, which identify him as the human incarnation of the one true God. Another 600 years after that, the Prophet Muhammad identified Abraham as the father of Islam too. He received new revelations from the same one God, which were written down in the Quran. Today, these three great religions do differ considerably, but they are united in their belief in one God who revealed himself. They do tend to use a male pronoun, to Abraham and others. The Karmic religions emerged separately. Karma is a concept of cosmic balance or cause and effect, which developed in the region of India several thousand years ago. It was expressed for hundreds of years through the oral tradition, including stories and spiritual teachings in a polytheistic context. These sacred beliefs eventually achieved written form in the Vedas, sacred texts which themselves cross religious boundaries today. Hinduism continued to develop from the Vedas in a pluralistic way, as people took different paths in their search for the ultimate truth, Brahman. Some worshipped many gods or spiritual beings. Others focused just on one, which could take male or female form. And others searched for Brahman in their own souls through a route of contemplation. Sacred texts included the Upanishads, Dharmashastras, epic poems such as the Bhagavad Gita and the Ramayana, and the Puranas. Hinduism remains a diverse and vibrant religion today. Meanwhile, the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, also took some influence from the Vedic texts, but developed an approach to karma based on moderation, contemplation, and following a righteous path, rather than the worship of a specific deity. Jainism is another non-theistic religion founded in India around the same time. It rejects many Hindu beliefs such as the gods and the Brahman, but still focuses on reincarnation and perfection. The most recent world religion we will look at is Sikhism, another karmic religion developed around 1500 in the Punjab region of India by Guru Nanak. He witnessed conflict between Hindus and Muslims, representative of the karmic and Abrahamic traditions, and claimed to have had a revelation from the one true God based on tolerance, peace, and karma, as well as a cycle of reincarnation. In this way, Sikhism can be seen to combine elements of Islam and Hinduism into something quite different from either. While Sikhs recognise that there may be some wisdom in other religions' sacred texts, they look to the Guru Granth Sahib for true wisdom and knowledge of God and his identity. There are still many religions today that do not follow either the Abrahamic or the Karmic paths. They all have their own beliefs and ethical systems, which have emerged in different cultures across the world. Increasing numbers of people in Scotland identify themselves as non-religious. But does this really mean people don't believe in anything anymore? Or perhaps people are piecing together their own individual belief systems from different sources? While science can help us to understand many things about the world and offers some answers that religion cannot, it in no way replaces religion. Sources of community cohesion, identity, and ethical principles will remain important even for those who consider themselves post-religious. By examining the stories of religion, their bases in history, claims to truth, related practices, and influences on people and their cultures, we will stand to learn a lot about the world, each other, and ourselves.